Hold on, I have to check. There we go. We're not live yet. Ignore. Center screen. Wondering why that was all off. There we go.
Okay. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut out like that whole part in the beginning when I was like, oh shit, now I know why my screen's not the music's really loud. No, I don't need it. Go back to live. Just this, it's really loud. I was like, now I know why my window's not that not the right size. Oops. Anyways, hi. It's Wednesday, May 24th, 2023. Day 24 of month of Mayhem. We are now here at a strange time of day, and I am also tired. That can't be helped. Didn't sleep very well. I don't know why. Like, I went to bed around the same time, but I woke up, couldn't get back to sleep. Tried to go back to sleep, couldn't do it anyway, so I just said, fuck it. Got up, got the rest of my shit done, and said, okay, well, let's get other things done while we're at it, and we'll go live and do our show. Let's see, who's that? Okay. Which we're about 10 minutes out. Yeah, we're about 10 minutes. It's been doing this since like 12:30. So we don't really, I guess I can just mute it. That's fine. I have no idea if the music itself is going to be, I didn't really want to spend too much time last night because I was also just kind of like, bleh. Trying to figure out how I was going to record mic audios separately to then try to mix later for a VOD. Honestly, I think I'm just going to make a judgment call for any of these trailers, and if it sounds like music that might get me hit, then I'll just mute it. There might be a possibility that when I actually put this VOD up on YouTube later, there might be stuff that will show up there. There is, if I remember correctly, unless they got rid of it, there was a beta where you didn't have to mute everything. It could kind of work around your voice and mute most of it to make everything cool. If it's really bad, I'll just cut the whole segment, because you can do that too, where it's just like, oh, it's from this point to this point. If it's like 15 seconds, I'm just going to go cut it. Don't care. Get rid of it. I'll just make mention. These are unlisted VODs anyways. So, you know, I don't tend to fuck around with the description text a whole lot because most people probably aren't not going to check them. So it's all right. I don't think there's been any leaks today. In fact, other than, oh, I'd have to open, hold on, let me open, no. I have to open up a separate window. Can I do it on my phone? Because I actually do need, no, I already plugged in my phone. I forgot. Charge that. I took my watch off to charge it. But I don't think there's been anything else being talked about. The only other thing I've seen today, besides East 10 Nordics launching in Japan on my birthday, which means we'll see it in 2025 probably, considering how poorly they seem to set up actually getting those games released over here. So it looks like it was about almost 18 months between the Japanese release of East 9 and then when we finally got it, it was like 2019 to 2021. I'm just like, that's pretty shit for a series that routinely has been getting English language releases outside of Japan for over a decade at this point. I got reminded that I forgot that they were making a Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake and it had changed hands and it's only in the conception stage, where I'm just like, wait, did you guys just like completely throw out the work of whoever else was working on this? I guess. Oh yeah, Marvelous is having a games showcase tomorrow, but I don't care. I can't remember. I know Marvelous releases like Exceed stuff and they have other things. But like they do Story of Seasons, which I know is what became of Harvest Moon. Like Harvest Moon now is basically in name only. I'm just kind of like, yeah, I don't care. There's probably nothing there that I really need to be too concerned about. Seems to be about it. Not a whole lot. See if there might be. I don't want to ruin anything for myself, but I'm curious to see if anybody has actually like had legitimate leaks show up. Rumors don't count. I don't care. Like we're already kind of aware that no, that's from cool 5 days ago. I don't think maybe some of this doesn't it might be. I doubt it. It's one of these. I'm like, no, that's clearly spelled incorrectly, and one of those has an accent point on it that's clearly not correct. So no, I don't think that's. And certainly since this was announced like what, a week or two ago? Who knows? The one thing I can think of, and they would have to either lead off with it or end with it, and God knows who would be the one though it's actually developing it, would be the long rumored remake of something Metal Gear related, potentially Metal Gear Solid 3. I'm just like, that's a weird game to remake, but then again, Metal Gear Solid 1 had a remake, but that's been over 20 years ago for a system that is long dead and never got ported outside of that system for some reason. I'm kind of surprised it never got like even an HD port later on, like 2 and 3 did. But I'm wondering if if Konami still had a deal in place at that point with Nintendo, or still does even to this day, despite the fact that Nintendo's never going to fucking re-release that. Or maybe it's even an issue just depending upon what Silicon Knights was using when they were developing that version. But we'll potentially see that today. But that's a ballpark. Me just going, yeah, it's been rumored, and it was rumored for about as long as the Silent Hill 2 remake was until that get officially announced. I assume they're going to talk about that today as well, because there's been like no news about it. And it's me sipping coffee, by the way, sorry. But I think that was a PlayStation exclusive, PlayStation 5 exclusive, so of course they're going to have to talk about it. We know they're not going to talk about Mortal Kombat 1, which is still stupid. The name's terrible. But they're not going to talk about Mortal Kombat 1 at all, because we already saw that Jeff Keighley locked down first gameplay footage for that. What is that, next week? No, it's just about 2 weeks from now. I think it was the 6th or the 7th. But that's going to be at Summer Games Fest, so it's like not too long after announcement, but it's like a month, and I felt like that's about 3 weeks, because yeah, they announced it last week, which by the time they would do it, ooh, hey, hold on, they changed it. Stay tuned. Well, we're already tuned in. Actually, I wish I had no, because I'm gonna have to mute it via the. Can I hit it with? Okay, M will do that. Good. I can just hit M, because I'm going to have to mute it via the browser, as opposed to just like muting all of desktop audio. Yeah, it'd be like almost 3 weeks past the initial unveiling when they show off gameplay, which is still pretty quick. The turnaround on the time on that is kind of nuts, considering it's releasing 4 months after announcement. The beta is not until August, which means they must have that pretty well locked down, or it's so unchanged from X and 11 that they're like, yeah, the netcode just fucking works, and we can do a lot of shoring up on that. But I wouldn't be surprised if they're pretty confident in it, because their netcode's pretty good, that when they do the beta, it's going to give them at least some ideas of stuff they can go back and fix. But we'll see. Yeah, I don't know what Street Fighter 6 might be talked about today, but like, what else can you really say about that game? It comes out in 2 weeks. Like, it's almost out, which is crazy because it felt like it was fucking eons ago. And I think the last time I did anything with that was maybe December or January. I didn't play any of the open beta. Oh wait, no, I tried out the that demo, that World Tour demo, which was not as full featured. It was not worth the download. You played very, very little of World Tour, and it's like, okay, see you in June. I'm like, I know I can carry over my character into the full game, but like, why would I? So even after I looked at it and saw it in game, I'm like, oh, there's a ton of shit I would change, and unless you can like let me fucking respec everything physically about this character at any time, I'm gonna have to remake them anyways. They try to make me, and I'm like, oh, the proportions are off. Like, I made a bad judgment call on that, and when you see him in the creator, it looks fine. When you see him next to actual character, I think it doesn't help that your character is never going to be proportioned the same way as the rest of the cast. Like, you put him next to Luke, or you put him next to whoever the new character they created specifically for World Tour as kind of like your friend and rival. Like, they look like a character in the rest of the game. You don't. Like, you look like a created. It's like putting custom superstars in WWE next to the real superstar character models. I'm like, as good as you can make those, they don't look the same. They're never going to look the same because the same amount of care can't be put into that. Anyways, all right, we are. Why is it? Why can I never see the seconds? Show me the whole clock. No. Either way, we're under a minute. We'll see what this is all about. I'm hoping for something good. I'm not holding out hope though. Every time I think I've done streams like this where we've watched something, even when we did the Game Awards last year, it was like, hey, who cares about the awards because some of this shit just takes too long and nobody watches the Game Awards for the awards. They don't, they don't matter in the long term. It's something you can put on a blurb on a box, but if you don't get it and the game still sells, well, who gives a fuck? There's a lot of games that sell well and are very good that just don't get put into the running. Oh, maybe. I mean, have they been giving you Kickstarter backing emails? So if they stop doing that, I would just assume it's like, no, it's probably dead. Makes me glad I haven't really kickstarted anything in a while. And the last thing I did that was a game, it's like, it's still active development, but it's actually like available. And I think in early access right now, and it's like, oh, I got my code a long time ago. I just, updated it and we were good. All right, it's 1 o'clock. This is supposed to start at 1. Let me refresh. Hopefully it doesn't reopen chat. Oh, it does reopen. Oh, fuck chat. Chat goes too fast and chat is too racist. Oh, nice. That kind of reminds me of what happened with Shenmue 3. Where they like got all that money and they're like, well, we already have a deal with Sony. It's like, then what'd you need the money for? Oh, what else? There's something else there where it was like, I feel like there was kind of that way where they could have just gotten funding. I know this previous season, oh, here we go. This previous season of MST3K, it felt like they didn't need the money to get everything off the ground because it's like, we already have Shout Factory. What are we doing? And the way they handled that rollout was not terrific. I don't think I'd be helping them get backed again, but I don't think they need it. All right, what do you got first for us? Actually, oh. That wasn't what I was trying to do. I was trying to bring the volume up, at least a little bit. Are they actually having a stage show? No. Cinematic trailer, not actual gameplay. And who cares? No, it's first party game. Or release first party. I don't know who Haven is.
You want to know about us?
No, don't need that
like
one.
Everyone does these days. It's simple. Too much money and too much power is held by just a few people.
That's true.
and it's only getting worse.
Oh, this is Grand Theft Auto 6.
We decided
No, it's
to do
not.
something about it.
This thing heists. I'm like, no, of course not.
Let's go.
Almost sounds like that. Looks like Avengers Tower, but or they're not their tower, but Pangea. That sounds familiar. It's not. Oh, new Watch Dogs. I wouldn't be surprised. Ubisoft could roll that series out from the dead every once in a while, but like Watch Dogs Legion look like shit. Granted, this looks like generic third-person team-based shooter, so I'm already kind of out. Like, look, I don't play team-based games really, so sorry. Yeah, I don't know. Cool. I was about to say there better be a QR code, but yeah, I don't know who the developer is. Don't give a shit. That's not what you lead off with. If you're gonna lead off with something, you should probably come in with a heavy hitter, not. You stick that in the middle of the show, in between stuff, to kind of like, that's your cool down match.
Hi everyone, I'm Jim Ryan.
Yeah, fuck you,
President
Jim Ryan.
and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment. I'm delighted to be here today to introduce what's next for PlayStation 5. We're now into the third year of the life cycle of
That is the
PS5,
crazy part. We're already like,
we've been fortunate to have so many
the PS5
fan-favorite
launched
titles
7 years into the
What's
PS4's
even more
lifespan, and we're already like a
exciting is
third
the
into
developers
that.
are just
It's
scratching
crazy.
the surface of what's possible with the gaming experiences that they create.
Yeah, it was a good
Today,
trailer.
we'll get a
Just
glimpse into
if that's
some
their
of the most
concept
breathtaking
potentially, then
imaginative content that will be coming to PS5 and PlayStation VR 2. And now,
well, I don't have a
what
VR2.
you've all been waiting for. Enjoy the show.
You want me to buy a VR2 at any point in the future, you have to add some kind of backwards compatibility with VR1. You're not going to do that, then no thanks. Unless I get one for free.
Our home. Our way of life. But freedom doesn't come free.
Starship Troopers?
Sweet liberty! Look familiar?
No.
Scenes like
Kind
these
of.
are happening all over the galaxy right now.
Thanks, Uncanny Valley. You're weirding me out.
Be next. That is, unless you make the most important decision of your life. Prove to yourself that you
Yeah,
have the strength
Starship Troopers.
and the courage to be free.
Join the Helldivers.
Or, oh, it's a Helldiver. Wow, they're really bringing back Helldivers. That's a bit of a blast from the past. Thinking of the Starship Troopers. No, I remember Helldivers.
Experience true.
But clearly Starship Troopers. But not isometric anymore. Actually, just kind of looks like
Travel the galaxy
Mass Effect.
and secure the resources we need to build a better tomorrow.
And if you want to
Freedom to encounter
make me
fascinating
care,
life
you're not.
forms
You're
and
0 for
introduce
2
who
right
you
now.
are. Sophisticated technology. The freedom to make new friends and represent the best of what Super Earth has to offer. Become part of an elite peacekeeping force and work together to spread prosperity,
I'm just launching nukes.
liberty, and democracy.
Nuclear launch detected. Oh man, you really want to
Become
surprise
part of
people?
something larger than
Bring back
yourself.
StarCraft Ghost.
Become a hero. Become a legend. Become a Helldiver. Becoming a Helldiver may result in decapitation or mortification.
That's
Not all
fine.
Helldivers survive.
And they're still saying that they're not going to do PC day one on their games. And like, if you're going to do PC games, you might as well do PC day one. Unless you're not confident you can get a working version out.
Sir, it's the hand. Follow, but do not engage.
See the hand? Oh. No.
Maybe engage a little.
Oh, already getting generic vibes here. I saw the logo for the developer studio. I'm just like, Ascendant Games. I'm like, are they gonna bring back Advent Rising? I'm like, no, they're not gonna bring that back. See, this is the problem we were running into at fucking Game Awards last year. They're like, hey, do you want to play the same shit over and over again? Because this all looks the same. Even if there might be differences, I'm just like, you know what this kind of reminds me of? Already? BioShock meets Warframe. And I'm like, cool. I don't play Warframe. And even if I played BioShock, I'm not playing it on stream. It's like, no, and I don't need my FPS to be like ultra realistic graphics. Like, no, that new Warhammer 40k FPS that just came out, that looks cool.
Rosharnians haven't had enough yet.
We haven't given them enough yet.
Besides, if I want something with magic and all kinds of crazy shit, I'll just go play a medieval. That's a fun game.
Killed my family.
I think it was a medieval.
Turn your back on me.
One on PC. It kind of reminds me of Hexen, except good. I'm just thinking, like, people look at this and go, "Oh, we got a hit on our hands. We're making a good game." I'm just like, fucking 10 people. You throw this to them, just go, "Oh, it's generic." Like, you're not doing something I haven't already seen. Those poor testers probably aren't making enough money. More FPS nonsense? Probably. Or is it just Tron? As long as it's not being developed by the same team that did Wanted Dead, so then we're okay. And more FPS stuff. I was about to say, is the whole game played from your motorcycle? Kind of looks like Ghost Runner, but it's not. Unless it is. I don't remember who released Ghost. Oh, it is Ghost Runner 2. Okay. Then I called it. Astro, welcome in. Yeah, Ghost Runner 2. I still haven't played the first one. I couldn't even remember if that was an FPS. So far, I'm not impressed with anything. Helldivers 2 might be fun.
Plan. Knowing you have only 66 days to live.
I know they gave it out on PS Plus for free at some point. I was about to say, are they already making a Trek to Yomi 2? But that was 505 as well.
Run away.
Maybe not.
It won't make any difference.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping they'll at least show us gameplay from that. Just let us know whether or not the remake's going to be as wild as the
No better
original.
than anyone else.
Honestly, showing a Portuguese guy there as well as this dude kind of gives me Onimusha vibes, but I guarantee you it's not. Yeah, Blooper's making it. Which gave a lot of people pause because they're just like, are they going to be able to handle this material properly? I'm like, we'll see. Well, I played the original first, so I can do a better apples to apples comparison when it comes out. All right, get my attention with this. See how the flow. I wonder how the flow of combat actually would feel, but looks interesting. Although he has a flying guillotine, so I'm kind of like, is this just lots of Asian cultures combined?
Going where? This damned place. You're suicidal.
Those animations are a little iffy, though. And as long as it's not a Souls-like, I'm good with that. I'm kind of tired of those, too. So let me have a fun action game. No, they didn't show Koei Tecmo at all as a publisher. They'd have to be involved for that. I'm looking at those swipes, and I keep thinking I'm watching level of detail like pop in way in the background. I'm like, you shouldn't show those shots. Not a trailer. Well, if this is just like vertical slice for the trailer, it looks pretty good. Not AAA, but good enough.
Patience is the key, master.
Yeah, but who's the gatekeeper?
Time is not on his side. All we have to do is wait.
Yes. Let's kill him with time.
I'm about to say a sword like that. Yeah, it's probably Chinese mythology mostly. Phantom Blade 0. Was there a different Phantom Blade?
What's your plan? Knowing you have only 66 days to live.
Mm-hmm. Go nuts.
Get my heart back.
That's at least in engine. Yeah, not an FPS. So that's a bonus. Probably an indie game. But will it be an indie game I actually give a shit about? Because they release so many of those, and those all start to blend together too. Abzu, The Pathless, and Journey. Haven't played any of those. Journey I played. I shouldn't be too harsh on them. I don't think I really paid too much attention to Gree before I had folks that I knew recommend it. And that was a good game. Plus, of course, this is being developed by the company I've applied for multiple times who hasn't bothered contacting me back about my applications. Then I might tell them just to go fuck themselves in principle. Very well. Well, they didn't even show kind of who made it. All right, what are we, 15 minutes in and not a lot. Again, they're not leading with the big stuff. Give the big stuff, then the cooldown, then the big stuff again.
A new world awaits you, full of dangers and mysteries.
Talos Principle?
And wonders.
I think Crow Team was working on another one of those.
Could never have imagined.
Think of the world we could build if we believed in ourselves. If we truly believed in what it means to be sentient.
It might be that.
To face the universe without fear.
I don't know when Crow Team would bother trying to make another serious Sam game after 4 tanked. I think it tanked. Didn't do very well.
Imagine vast cities full of life and light. Great towers rising
that's a
towards
puzzle.
the sky. So much would be possible if we believed. If we still
And making buildings out of giant fucking people.
faith.
Do you like Myst? This is kind of maybe like that. I don't know. I called that one. I didn't play the first one, so I have no idea. Seemed like it was well received and very different for the team that developed it. And the bird died. Ooh, okay. All right, you have my attention. We get to play as the bird? No, the bird just becomes flowers. Was it a horned doggo? That was a big old wolf. Horned wolf? Oh, it is a horned wolf. Well, antlered wolf. That's not good. I can't imagine they're making a Gree 2, but you never know. You could make a sequel in kind of in name and gameplay style only. That game gave you a very definitive, like, beginning, middle, and end. Like, you know what's going on by the end of it. The art style is kind of the same. Well, this looks more... That game wasn't hand-drawn, it was all 3D, but this is... Oh, wow. Hell of a shot. This looks like it's all hand-drawn animation. Yeah, that's a good possibility. The tech is good enough for that now. All right, I'm interested in that. Gree was good enough to get me interested in something else. Like, this is... Why does this look familiar? Ah. This just looks like a mobile game, though. I mean, I don't want to say it looks like a Flash game because I hate when people do that. Like, oh, it looks like a Flash game. I'm like, well, you know, 2D artwork in high res just kind of looks like that. Sorry. That ship's not. That ship's 3D. Sprite. I think everything else is not quite a sprite, but it is 2D art, potentially. Yeah, fair enough. Spider-Man. No, Square Enix. Then... What do they even have anymore? Wait a second. No, never mind. I was thinking Guns, Square Enix, are they going to re-release Dirge of Cerberus? No, they're not going to do that. This is just going to be another failed attempt at a Battle Royale game. It's the showtime! Battle Royale, probably NFTs, because they love those. Like, guys, you're way too late. Yeah, now I sleep. I mean, hot jams, but... Like, I'm honestly surprised any company would dare release something like this right now. After seeing how many of these games have just tanked in the last 12 months. It's like, oh, well, they're doing soap. I'm like, it's Splatoon. It's Splatoon. Except with soap. Or champagne bubbles. I don't... Because this is just Splatoon. It's like, you know what you could do right now? Go play Splatoon on Nintendo Switch. Bath Vegas. I was getting kind of a Vegas vibe from... Are they really going to call this game Foam Stars, though? I just saw the title in the background. God, this... Nintendo gonna sue somebody.
Ready for the Foam Star party?
No, I'm not, actually. Well, that's gonna be dead next year. If you want make people sleep, they're sleeping right now.
Welcome to the land of Mojo. Here we find John.
Honestly, I would have just skipped this if... it gets my stream out of the way for the day. I'm just thinking, I'm like, man, I would have just skipped this if you were gonna fucking have such a piss-poor presentation so far.
From the villainous sorcerer, Hungrunt.
Like, 2 things so far, maybe 3 that seem interesting. I'm like, come on, guys. You're blocking out an hour and this is the best you can fucking come up with?
There, Jot finds a whole new world to explore, with dangers, surprises, and attractively furnished accommodation. Our heroes must battle Humgrump across the 2 realms.
And I'm kind of looking at this going, isn't this just a link between worlds?
From his diabolical designs.
But it, like, needs drawn to life. And the pedestrian. Sure. I mean, I don't think it's going to be bad. I don't care. If they want to save the best for last, they may as well have just made it a half hour and just had hit after hit. I was about to say, is this just a piece of fucking free music from the YouTube audio library? It's not Legos. Is it nanoblocks? I mean, if it involves all fucking... It's too much of a Minecraft vibe already. I'm like, can it just be a physics simulator where I can just fuck shit up? Looks like you kind of can do that, but I'm like, that's all I want to do. And in this case, I'm like, I don't need it to run at 30 FPS or have, like, ray tracing. It feels like there should have been... Actually, with the arrows, almost like, is this just Stuntman? Nanoblock Stuntman? Speaking of series that will never come back. I was going to say, why does it kind of look like the house from Glass Onion? It's not. All right. Hits keep on coming. Long pause. Uh-oh, somebody forgot to queue it up. I don't wonder who even owns the rights to Shadow Hearts anymore. No gameplay, so maybe in engine, but certainly running much higher than PS5 could pull off. Well, if we see a snake... Oh, you know what? This is Metal Gear Solid 3. It's a tree frog. That's the end's bird. That looked like a helicopter over there. Yeah. Yeah, this is Metal Gear Solid 3. Couldn't even give us fucking gameplay. See?
Wesker!
MCG, welcome in. You arrived when they finally decided to show something interesting. Well, I called this one like right off the bat, and I was just like, did footprints? Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 3. I was thinking, like, you have the alligators coming out, the crocs, actually. Where's Snake with that? Hi, Snake. Well, Big Boss, Naked Snake. That's all we're gonna get. Okay, who's the developer? I'm really interested. What a thrill.
What a thrill.
Hot fucking jams. Metal Gear Solid. What is that fucking... What is that symbol? I mean, it's 3 lines, a triangle, so 3? No, I don't want David Hayter for this one. Please give Big Boss a different voice. Coming to PS5, obviously, but yeah, who's the developer? It's probably going to be him, though. I'm sorry, what? Okay. Minus a stock footage, because they had to pull all the original versions. All right. Well, that's coming out. I mean, it's been rumored for years, and I figured it's like, what's the best place to finally make mention of it? Oh, now. It's a very poorly kept secret, just like Silent Hill 2 was. I'm really curious who the developer is. Yeah, it might be Delta. Because I was looking, I'm like, well, that's clearly a something. It's a symbol as opposed to a 3. That's a good way of being able to denote it as, you know, a remake. Just imagine all these people that are going to discover for the first time, like, wait, what's that song for the game? I'm like, oh, you've never heard Snake Eater. You get ready to bop to that for about a decade. This already looks generic too. Looks pretty, looks generic. Not Breath of the Wild. Not enough large lasers and Gundam bits. That's the only thing I've seen. Towers of Aghaspa? Aghaspa? Whatever. It's gone now. Final Fantasy 16. As if we need to see anything else for this. It's coming out really soon.
These people live with a knife to their throats.
Unless they're already announcing Final Fantasy 17.
But you're helping us already.
We never asked to be saved. Did you think we'd thank you? They'll never forgive us.
Hellblade. Now we won't see that here because now it's a it's a Xbox exclusive. I have a feeling that's really going to fucking affect Microsoft's bottom line. Be like, well, we're not going to release these games on. We'll put them on PC, which will already hurt Xbox sales because you can just play these games on PC. But we're also not going to put them out on PlayStation consoles, which is probably where you would sell a ton of copies anyways.
To hell with talking. If they won't give us a say, we'll decide our fates another way.
Right. Not super hyped for this. I will eventually play it, but I'm not playing it right off the bat. I did the same thing with 15, so if this gets any major gameplay update patches and DLC. Helldivers? Helldivers is something Sony remembered they had that hasn't been seen since, like, what, the PS3 era? Nothing for Spidey 2 yet. They'll probably save that for the end. We'll definitely get something for there. I'd be surprised if we get anything for Wolverine in this show. Because we haven't had a teaser for that since that initial teaser, and that felt like it was years ago.
We shared a dream. I would be the king of the world. Darkness.
Yeah, like this will be probably a perfectly cromulent game, but I think I'm hopefully using cromulent correctly there. Haven't used it in a while. But yeah, this will be a video game. It's just kind of like, if it's $70, I'm like, I'm waiting until it either goes on sale or I can afford $70.
We fight, we survive, we endure. We don't need a reason.
It's just weird because it feels like this took forever to come out and it really hasn't. Not compared to 15. I just think going back to such a hard fantasy setting is not my cup of tea. Yeah, the Foam Stars is just Splatoon to the point where I'm surprised they're not going to get sued. It's like, oh, travel powers along the foam, shooting colored foam over large surfaces of the playfield. Okay. No NFTs announced yet for that, but we'll see.
I'm trapped here in this nightmare. I write to escape,
Every word is a step forward.
Alan Wake 2, yeah.
I'm glad you're on this case with me, Anderson.
Or not.
It's right up your alley.
The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale.
Oh, no.
So you
Yeah,
knew
definitely Alan
Only
Wake
the
2.
rumors. He was chasing a writer.
Someone knew they were here. Was playing a game with them.
But the real question is, isn't he supposed to be dead?
It's for us. The text is about us.
Oh, what's up, Sam Lake?
We were all trapped in a horror story.
What does Alan Wake look like Keanu Reeves, though? Yeah, Sam can't help but put himself in the game. He's not looking like he's taking a poopy in his pants, so good for him.
There's something I'm forgetting.
Actually, kind of looks like Jake Gyllenhaal as well.
Something important. Something's not right.
Easy now.
But will this have Energizer batteries?
First things first. What's your name?
But yeah, after playing Control and not quite liking Control, I'll skip all of that. Assassin's Creed, nobody cares. Though I guess this one's going to be a smaller scale game like the old days. But this is a series where I just like, I don't...
Welcome, hidden one.
They almost got me with the Metal Gear tie-in stuff for Brotherhood, and I never picked it up, and like all that's gone from the remastered version, so I'm just like, well, don't care. Although now I'm thinking back to them releasing Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3. I'm like, are we going to eventually get a port of 4 that runs on modern systems and not in a potato resolution? And not like shit, because it runs like shit on PS3 in retrospect.
We need to find a way to get you inside without being seen. You could bribe the guards to look the other way.
Nah.
I shall see what flavor best suits me.
This even looks like a smaller scale game because it just doesn't look like a game from this generation. This looks like a remaster. The lighting looks old, animations look old.
Quiet it. Find a stillness. And let's go.
Yeah, it always is surprising how much longevity this series has had, and I'm just like, I don't get it. I feel like all the first game had was an interesting looking setting, and then the surprise of, look, you're not actually in here. There's this, you know, this overarching storyline that tries to combine all of it. And then they just kept making them, and now you've long since gone past the original main character and branched off into these other characters, and they had to write themselves out of that hole because it's like originally you could only do it with this guy. It's like it's his ancestors. Now it's just like, who gives a shit? Accordion jams. Scheming cats. People. With good faces. Skeletons in video games. More skeletons. Yeah, I think the moment I found out there was possible extraterrestrial origins for some of the stuff in that, I was just like, I'm done. Like somehow that was the point where I checked out. I'm like, everything else, cool. That's you're pushing it a little hard. Which is weird because I didn't have that reaction to Indiana Jones and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. We're like, aliens, that's stupid. I'm like, it's not the stupidest thing in that movie. For Assassin's Creed, though, I'm just like, all right, whatever. Like, that just sounds like something you guys couldn't figure out, so you just went that way. Hey, is this that fucking Grand Blue action game that's been in the works for like 1,800 years? Is that going to finally come out since it changed developers? Yeah, this one I know you've probably been following this. You definitely have since they initially announced it. You're the resident Grand Blue lore master. It looks good. Good art style. It's definitely a step up from what they were showing off several years ago. One of the many things that didn't work out for Platinum Games. Who at this point, I don't know what the hell they do anymore. Like, oh, you have Bayonetta 3 and you did that side game. I'm like, yeah, what do you guys have anymore? This Bayonetta 3 should have been out years ago. And nobody cared about Wonderful 101 Remastered. I certainly did it. I backed it, got it, still haven't played it. And then they had this one and they lost it. Fucking Scalebound got canceled. Presumably because it actually wasn't any good. This doesn't need another trailer because it literally comes out very soon. But I guess this is the launch trailer.
During my journey for true strength.
Gotta show Ryu muscles.
I also met my share of enemies. Opponents I had to overcome. My journey knows no end. I will continue to do what I have always done.
When you said you were seeking strength, despite having no real need to.
Yeah, it's like, here's your created character. Do they look like the real people in the game? No. Yeah, it's the only thing I'm interested in for this is single player. Anything else, I don't care. Like, I'm not going to play online. My connection's not good enough to play online. Since I'm not playing on Wired, I'll be shunned by most of the online community anyways. Strictly for that fact. Well, yeah. Sorry. I saw Tookus there and I'm like, whoa.
Was it simply a trick of the senses?
Bison, he attempted to set the world under his heel through violence. A veritable madman.
When you go looking for strength,
You go look for strength, you're gonna get scooped up.
this journey doesn't have a real ending.
I'm here to play World Tour and then go play classic arcade games in the Battle Hub. Yeah, I'll wait to get this one. Again, either somebody gets it for me or I wait. As long as the SPD's got super turbo range where I can just scoop them up from outside of arm's reach. Not too far, just enough. Give me green hand. Move around the screen a little bit. Some movement options. I was about to say, that turn and that run cycle they look very familiar. Yeah, I think some people might have been running into that. I'm trying to remember if Lord BBH's Discord brought it up. People are like, what the fuck? That's really good. I'm like, nah, it's just his range. Go back and play Super Turbo. Like, you could fucking block stun and just grab people. Which is great. Well, Metroidvanias are always popular. The music's really loud. Ultros. Alright. I don't know who. They show the developer. Nope. It looks roguelike if they're showing that again. Alexa, stop listening. Jesus Christ. I don't know why it's like, oh, I don't recognize that. No, I know you don't recognize that. I didn't ask for that. But yeah, if they're showing that first part again, I'm like, oh, if you die, you just go back. Perfect World Games. That's who runs Champions now, aren't they? I feel like this is one they've showed off before. Anime girl mecha game. Speaking of generic. Don't worry, folks, she's actually 8,000 years old. I'm already. Let's see. Either that's a cutscene that's running at a poor frame rate, or this game runs at a poor frame rate. Actually, this just looks. It looked almost battle royale-ish. I'm like, all right, I'm out. Oh man, level 89, doing no damage. How fun that isn't. I was about to say, man, Genshin Impact is really changing. But I know it's not that. Oh, is this... No, it's not. Is it part of the Honkai franchise? Honkai Star Rail, or is that already out? I don't remember. It's so funny. It's something that could be so colorful and actually like halfway decent looking, and it's like, it just also looks so fucking generic. Like, this the best you can come up with? It's being written in... It wasn't Portuguese. I was gonna say Spanish, but... Oh! This is Dragon's Dogma 2. I didn't play Dragon's Dogma 1. I have it.
You do not remember? Then have
I forgot they announced this.
protected me from the dragon's flames.
You need only believe.
Clearly done in RE Engine.
Destiny.
Hopefully it runs better than the first game.
That begs the question. If he's a mere mummer, then where might our true Arisen? Empress Nadinia's life is in your hands, Sir Arisen.
Praise be, for only the Sovereign's guidance can lead us true. Long live the Sovereign of Vermont!
That was cool. Oh. That means it's coming to PS5, maybe either with less gacha or the same amount, and they're just hoping moving to a new platform will help. Yeah, I have Dark Arisen on PC, and I think I have it on PS4, and I just never... I feel like it's one of those games that wouldn't be terribly fun soloing it. And yeah, I'm notoriously very bad at linking up for team-based games.
Welcome back for another week of career fulfillment and minimal social interaction. We know how challenging it can be to find a place where you feel that you truly belong, and to find a job that treats you mostly with respect and only infrequently with contempt.
Good luck on that.
We are excited to inform you that you did an adequate enough job the first time around to have you back. Also, there were no other applicants. So strap yourself in and get motivated to an appropriate degree. Because you ain't seen nothing yet.
I mean, if it is Five Nights at Freddy's, yeah, I'm already out. Even if the original creator is gone from the series, if they're still making money, they can go straight to hell. That's why I won't even play or watch the movie. I'm just like, nope, don't care. Piece of shit. It's also something where I'm just like, how do you keep making these games? Like, I know you can change the gameplay loop a little bit, but like, how much? I already knew PSVR was going to have Resident Evil 4.
How far could he have gone?
Can't play this because, well, gotta have VR2 for it. And none of this stuff ever seems to make it to PC VR platforms, which is weird. Oh, that's fun when you have a game that has a bunch of stuff that doesn't actually tie into itself very well. Do you like activities? Yeah. Do any of these activities all count towards the same thing? Not really. Plus, I'm not even sure what the fidelity of the PSVR 2 screens looks like. Although it looks like this is actually taking some cues from the port of the original version of 4 to VR. where I think you could dual wield in that version. The gameplay was changed up a good bit. But are you going to charge people for it? Probably not. But imagine if they're having to develop it like potentially from scratch to get it to work in VR properly, they're probably going to charge you for it. So at this point, I don't care about any of this.
Oh, forgive me, Father.
If it's VR, I don't give a shit. If I had it, I might care. If I don't have it, don't care.
You see,
yeah, I imagine they got to show something for AC6.
When I met Fred.
Is it Arizona Sunshine 2? It looks like it would be.
It's everywhere. And lately, I've started to develop some destructive tendencies. Whoosh! What do we have here? Bro! Well, what's a bit of armless fun? Hello, uglies. Blah, 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 blah. And since I met my new best friend, I guess I get a little overprotective.
You know, it's kind of like cool zombie games.
Okay, very overprotective. I'd love to sit here all day and chew your ear off. I'll be right out, boy. But as you know, time waits for no man. Catch you later, Fred. Who's a good boy?
Yeah, whatever. Again, VR, can't play any of this shit normally. I feel like all the times I'm gonna ever watch a show like this, it's just gonna be me shitting on it for most of the time. I mean, I can't help it if most of these games are fucking... Yeah, the first one I want to say was PSVR 1 as well as PC. I remember it coming out and going, oh, that kind of looks interesting, to like, it's VR only. I'm like, okay. And FPSs are hard enough to fucking play without VR. I can't imagine this being terribly fun. Crossfire sounds familiar, but I might be just thinking of something else. I think to this day, the best VR experience I had was Super Hot VR, because I think it worked out so well.
The target is Colonel Peter Conrad. He was one of ours.
Yeah, you guys can do third-person experiences in VR. Worked really well for Rez.
I don't have to remind you what's at stake here. We need that intel by any means necessary. It's connected to a mind synchronization device. This is cutting-edge interrogation tech. We're out of time and out of options. You've got
So use your disembodied hand to do shit.
Yet another lamb to the slaughter. Well, come on then. Let's see what you're made of.
That's David Hayter right there. No Metal Gear for him. He's too busy doing this.
Impressive. I'll admit, you made a good team on the battlefield. Don't forget it.
This is his VR missions. But last time I checked, Metal Gear hadn't yet included physics puzzles.
The clock is ticking.
And at least allowing the main character to use telekinesis. Got that voice you couldn't hide, ever. I think the one time he really did a good job on that was playing Lupin. I still like the idea of Metal Gear Survive. It just wasn't handled very well. It's too grindy. The overall idea is very sound. Then you have to play it. It should have never been a standalone game though. It should have been. Oh no! Hold. I gotta mute that. That's all music. It should have never been a standalone game. It should have been DLC. Just like Resident Evil 3 remake should have been DLC for 2. It's like Survive should have been DLC for Phantom Pain. Except at least they sold it for, 30 or 40 bucks. It wasn't a full price game. It's one of the few Metal Gear titles where I just gave up on it almost immediately. I was just like, this is a good idea, except everything's taking so fucking long to do. All right. Yeah, like, I know Beat Saber's on PC. I don't know how it handles stuff there unless it is loading your... Okay. I was about to say, if they're doing it that way on PC, it's like, okay, that makes sense. You're supposed to eat those glowing mushrooms to recharge your batteries. Never mind. Let's see, is this Pragmata? Capcom's got to show that one off again. Oh, it's Bungie. It is Marathon. Maybe. I could see them finally remaking Marathon. What else are they gonna fucking do? Destiny lost its luster a long time ago. They clearly can't make fucking Halo. I don't think they'd want to go back to it. What's one thing you could go back to that makes sense? Nah, this isn't Marathon. Even if they are running. It's clearly not System Shock. Because that'll eventually come out, even though I feel like it's not done Night Dive any favors. Man, it's probably a team-based shooter. Actually, you know what? And I completely forgot that Bungie's owned by Sony. It is Marathon. That looks nothing like the original Marathon. Hot jams, though. We'll see how it connects. That means I'm going to have to play through the original. I've been wanting to play through the original Marathon anyways. It is freeware at this point. But maybe they'll re-release it on PlayStation. It could be multiplayer, yeah. More Destiny stuff, nobody cares.
I don't even know.
Oh, what's the game I was thinking of? Oh, it was Shadowrun. Shadowrun had that, and Syndicate. I was like, oh fuck, what was the fucking series that was? I don't give a shit about this. Yeah, I was trying to think. I'm like, what was the series that didn't start out as that, but then became a multiplayer shooter? I'm like, well, Shadowrun, they did that on Xbox 360, and it tanked because that's not what people wanted. And then they brought back Syndicate. I forgot EA did that, and that was also different. Syndicate at least had a good look, but it was not what I think people were looking for. And I've tried playing the original Syndicate, and it's a little obtuse for my tastes. But I might be missing something out of that. I really need to probably crank the volume down a little bit. They're not doing anything so far. Unless they give us, once they give us Spider-Man, we'll turn it up.
Contract site coming up. 15 seconds.
A frying pan. Who's cooking while you're in hyperspace? And it's causing that much rattling. I have a feeling this is a fucking licensed song. I won't be able to tell until they actually... jams, but I mean... It seemed like it was a fun little game. I always like the design of Syndicate. And the idea behind it too. And I'm just like, it's just one of those games where I'm like, yeah, it's a PC game. Try to play it, you're like, Like even trying to play the Shadowrun 16-bit RPGs, I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
The best Gran Turismo players in the world.
Okay.
Will compete for
This is probably gonna not be the greatest film in the world. I do like the idea. And it would be fun to... It's so weird that Neil Blomkamp is directing it. But, like, if you can nail the driving scenes, that'll be the fun part of this film. That's, hopefully that's a drone shot, not CG. That's a drone shot. That's probably a drone shot. Some of those are shot from the front by a lead car, but I mean, it's going to be 90 minutes of David Harbour yelling at people. Just fine. Just so weird to be like, really? Like, all right. But good driving sequences, you know, reasonable plot, sure. There's been worse ideas.
Thank you for joining us today. Before we get into our final game, I have a few announcements to share. At PlayStation, innovation is our passion.
Is it though?
And that applies to not just what games you play.
So we've seen this show, right?
Later this year, we will launch a dedicated device that enables you to stream any game from your PS5 console using remote play over Wi-Fi. Internally known as Project Q, it has an 8-inch HD screen.
What the fuck?
All of the buttons and features
Wait.
of the DualSense
Oh, it's for remote play. I was thinking, I'm like, I don't want a dedicated device for remote play.
To sharing more information in the near future.
Isn't that what a fucking
I'm
tablet's
also pleased
for?
to reveal our first ever PlayStation earbuds, which will bring next generation audio immersion to PS5 and PC. They simultaneously connect to smartphones via Bluetooth. New wireless
Those are
technology
slick.
will deliver lossless
that
audio
case.
with low latency, giving you outstanding sound quality while you're
See, that would be nice if I knew I could get the sound to the earbuds and also feed them through HDMI. So if I can get in-game sound and you guys could still hear it, that'd be great.
delivering experiences that surprise and delight our players.
Just show us
I want to thank
Spider-Man.
all of you for your unwavering support for PlayStation.
Give us what we want. MCG is foaming at the mouth. No, he's not. Metal Gear. Oh, no. Oh, no. Is that Kraven? Nope. You gotta wait for the fires of Rubicon. Yeah, it's Kraven. Shut up, phone.
You grow slow in your old age, Sergei. A fate you will not share.
Oh, no, that's Kraven. I don't know who that is.
I've been in your shadow for hours, but you sense nothing. Pathetic.
Oh, he's just killing people. At least he gave him his big ass coat. Good.
I asked for an equal. And this is what you find.
Sir, perhaps a new hunting ground.
He must hunt the most dangerous prey. Black Cat, Prowler, Wraith, Kingpin, Spider-Man, the other Spider-Man. Some of those I missed.
Light the fires.
Now they have to sell that coat
The great hunt begins.
and that shoulder pad. All right, so we know we're gonna get Venom in this game. We got Miles as well as Spidey. Kraven's in it. Is that all we're gonna get? No gameplay? The game I was about to say, the game comes out this year.
Lizard sighted in Queens. Closing in now.
Is Sable still going around fucking causing trouble? Hey, that wasn't there before. I think.
Cover the door. The beast could be anywhere.
What beast? Uh-oh, that beast. Oh. Oh.
No idea.
Oh.
This whole lizard hunt ends now. Leave Connors alone.
That's right, we did encounter Connors, but we didn't have the... We didn't have the lizard in the first game, right? Oh, Robo-Dogs. Well, good, that means Peter gets a whole new set of powers to fuck around with. And he's pissed. He is really pissed. Oh, wow.
Triangulating position. Target located at Harlem Fish Market. All teams converge.
Lizards across the river. I'm not gonna make it in time.
You can make it there in time. Unless you give Miles a call.
Miles, the hunters tracked Connors to the Harlem Fish
Does he not know that you have the symbiote?
I'm on it. Sounds like Craven's checking off his.
We don't have much time. Move.
Woo, baby, that's a fucking launch. Oh, yeah. Oh, wingsuit.
Genki, the lizard's loose at the fish market.
Must be sushi night.
You still got
Oh, look at that movement.
Really tough hiding it from my mom, but yeah, I'll boot up and see you there.
They got here fast.
Yeah, this, about to say, this makes it kind of worth sitting through the rest of the show. This looks, oh, this already looks really good. We know it's going to be good. I'm gonna have fun fucking jacking up so many people again in these stages.
Spread out. If you find the lizard, don't engage alone.
Hmm.
Look at those fish. It's been feeding.
Never saw it coming.
Yoink. Those guys just popped out of nowhere. Nice. It's the spider. So watch out for his new powers. He kind of already had electrical powers.
Where are you, Connors?
Oh, don't worry.
Dodge might lead to him.
He'll show up. He'll probably be huge.
Connors tore through this place. He's out of control.
He's a big old pissed off lizard man. What do you expect? As long as this also has a 60 FPS performance ray tracing mode. Look, I need that frame rate. Oh, oh! Suddenly survival horror.
Where am I now?
Well, still in the fish market. Not many fish in there.
How'd you find me?
Follow the fish. Drone's picking up Lizard's trail.
He's still eating. We can catch him off guard.
I was about to say, who the fuck's that? But it's Genki. I think he hijacked it.
Genki, get behind me.
Did he shed?
It's just his
Holy shit. Izzy voice. Oh. That's good.
That's good.
Hungrier too.
Oh, this is where you find out Peter's crazy.
Hey man, new threats?
The building's swarming with hunters. Any sign of Connors?
Yeah. Genki's tracking him.
Hey, Mr. Parker. Mr. Spider-Man, I mean.
But the date isn't complete.
Okay, I think I got a lock.
Genki, wait, be chill. That wasn't me.
Me neither.
I'm scary. I could probably have teeth right now. Oh, he's not Godzilla size, but he's big. I was about to say, is Hawkeye in this? No, that's just one of Kraven's guys. Well, I'm gonna biff this sequence for sure.
Harry's dying, and he's the only one who can help.
We won't. You take the drone.
Harry's dying. Well, Harry's been dying. Which is probably why fucking Peter took on the symbiote. Maybe? Even though I feel like that was keeping Harry alive.
Tight, man. Watch out for those drones. Don't worry. They think I'm a friendly.
Oof. Oh good, more sequences like this. I hope people get stuck on shit again. Fuck you, he's just gonna take out a whole boat. Watch out for Coat Man.
The East River is not a river, but in fact a saltwater tidal flat. Spider-Man is fighting on right now! Everybody down!
I was about to say, look out for the active gunfire. America, ladies and gentlemen.
Help the tour boat! Right, I've got the metal murder bird!
Ooh, Jesus.
You about going after Connors. Now this is on you. Poison clouds. That all you got?
Almost done here. Civilians are all safe. How you looking?
This gunship won't quit.
I'm right behind you. We'll take it down together.
Ooh, that was cool. Well, he's got a wingsuit too.
I got you. Time to go boom, boys.
Oh, no. Spider-Man has got defenses.
That's fine.
Spider-Man, hang on.
Uh-oh. Let's see, you both fell in the water. Oh, shit. Wow, he is really big. That water doesn't look great, though.
Grab on, let's go.
Whee! Get me out of the fucking water! Oh, shit.
Right behind you. I know. Whoa. Be faster. Fly faster.
This is just some Rumble in the Bronx stuff right now. But with more lizards and flying Wave Runner TMs. Let's see, as long as that's not Stanley, we're good. Oh shit.
Trying to take out that gunship. Can't get close enough. But I can. I'm one of them, remember? Bro, that's it. Pete, alley-oop on 3. Hi. 1, 2, 3. Alley.
Yeah, except where's that gonna land? Connors is still out there. Shit. Well, that Spider-Man is a menace. Just dumps that guy down.
He got away from us. It's good, Pete. I saved the tracker. Let's go, man, before he gets too far. No. He's mine. You sure? He's got big teeth.
So do I.
Uh-oh. Yo, hey, what the fuck's that mean?
Like that, right? No. He's never like that.
Pete is losing his mind. Do we have a date? Fall. Which means they could still push it back. But it looks like they have quite a bit ready to go. That was the longest trailer by far. Not surprising. All right, I'm muting that for the music since they're just doing a sizzle reel. All right, well, that was 90 minutes of mostly. It's surprising. I think it's once again just like, am I just going into super old man syndrome where I'm just like, oh, well, how much of this is actually interesting? Like some of it probably to certain people, They didn't even talk about that. The fucking accessibility controller they're putting out. Here, we'll announce this other shit. But what about the thing you guys have been talking about for years? The what now? Oh, okay. Like Assassin's Creed didn't need to be talked about. Ubisoft could have done that on their own. Some of this other stuff is just too generic for its own good. Or it's not my cup of tea. We got like 10 seconds of Metal Gear Solid. So we don't even know what they're doing with that until Konami actually puts out some kind of press release. So we got less out of that than I think we got out of the teaser for the Silent Hill 2 remake, which we didn't see diddly about today, which is very surprising. I don't know why they just kind of said, you know what, fuck it, we're not doing anything with that. See you in, I don't know, I'd say E3, but obviously we're not having one of those this year. I think that's it. Is that it? All right, you don't need to show that again. Nobody cares. I think that's it. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna pop over, see if Gameatsu has a thing about. Nope, they don't have any announcement on that. So we'll just say Metal Gear Solid Delta. Yeah, we obviously know it's happening. Yeah, even Euro. Okay, we'll just go in the Eurogamer one. They're calling it Metal Gear Solid Delta. Retro Trilogy also heading to PS5 this PS5. I was going to say PS3. What the? PS5 this autumn. So, the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake is real and has now been confirmed by Konami during tonight's PlayStation showcase. A teaser trailer for the newly retitled Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater was shown, beginning with a long pan through a jungle filled with various creatures, ending with its true alpha predator, Snake himself. Not the Solid Snake, because it's obviously not. Konami bookended the trailer with confirmation of a Metal Gear Solid retro collection titled the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1, which features the first 3 games. First 3 games in the Solid series. Probably not actually Metal Gear or Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. No platform exclusivity was claimed, so we expect to see it launch elsewhere as well. Except we don't know shit. We know, like, nothing other than that. Oh, that's cute. It's probably one of those ground-up remakes of the latest Fox engine. You assume, are they still working on the Fox engine? Because that tech is now very outdated. And the folks that would have developed it and worked on it are not with the company anymore. Yeah, see? After 7 years of use in the Pro Evolution Soccer series, which I think saw the most use of the Fox engine, they discontinued it for Unreal Engine for PES Productions. And yeah, I don't even think it supports it. Like, they theoretically could port Metal Gear Solid 5, both Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain to PS5 and Xbox Series, but yeah, Pro Evolution Soccer 2014, because Konami's like, we got to make money, so we're using that. Ground Zeroes, which should have been in Phantom Pain, but they separated it and released it as a separate title. PT, which didn't come out, and I wish people would shut up about it. Yeah, then Pro Evolution Soccer 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020. Then the season update for eFootball PES 2021. No, they don't use it. And then, of course, Metal Gear Survive, since that's just fucking Phantom Pain, except, stuff. So, Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence 2006 in the HD version didn't have the top-down camera angles. You sure about that? It's been a while since I've played those versions. I know Subsistence. Hold on. That's actually that's a bald-faced lie. Give me a second. Solid 3. First off, Subsistence came out technically in 2005. Came out here in 2006. And what this person's saying here, that Subsistence in 2006 didn't have top-down camera angles. That's a fucking lie. It actually does. You could swap on the fly. I think it was pressing R3 would change you between the original camera angle and the new third-person controllable camera, which, at least for that game at that time, I probably would fare better with the third-person controls now. I remember trying to play it. It's like, oh, it's going to be better with the control with the new camera, and then I was like, I am so lost trying to play this game with the new camera. I swap back to the original one. I think the game actually ran better with that original camera too. You misspelled the name. It's Metal Gear Solid Triangle. Okay. They're probably being facetious. What is this? I don't know what engine they'll use, but I'm guessing they dropped Fox for UE5, which is okay if it runs at 60 FPS on PS5, because MGS2 and MGS3 ran at 60 on PS2. No, that's also a lie. MGS3 ran at 30 frames per second. I think it ran at 60 on the HD versions. And yeah, Metal Gear Solid 5 ran at 60 FPS with the Fox engine. But yeah, no. MGS3 ran at 30 FPS. And it makes sense when you go back and look at it running on PS2. It's like, oh no, you went from very bland, sterile environments to a very natural looking environment with fucking foliage and texturing and geometry everywhere. And you had like small animals running around and shit. So you have like AI routines running throughout the entire fucking, the entire area that you're inhabiting. I was like, okay, yeah, no, there's a lot happening. Yeah, we have no idea because they didn't announce that on their Snake Eater 3D, which you can't buy anymore. And they don't mention anything else. HD edition was obviously on other systems, and you can't buy those either. And yeah, they doubled the frame rate for those, but that made sense. You could do that. Anyways, so is there nothing else to go along with it? No. Visual reveal trailer. Who's that? Let's be IGN. Yeah, we don't have a. I'll play this game if Hideo Kojima says it's okay. Oh, why would you? Hold on, is this? I was about to say somebody probably paying for a blue check mark. Well, actually, everybody has to pay for them now. At this point, I don't give a shit. I'm just going to play it. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Other than this and that trailer, we don't have much else. I imagine we'll see something at some point again soon. Like, even with that announcement, it wasn't. I feel like there wasn't. I guess Marathon would be a surprise, but not a big surprise. Metal Gear Solid 3, I figured if they're going to announce it, they're going to have to announce it now. They're not going to wait on that. So, I have no idea. Anyways, I think we're done here. I'm going to go have the other half of my lunch that I didn't eat before I got started today. And since I pretty much got everything else done today for now, I am going to probably take a fucking nap because I'm tired. All my bedding got washed this morning. I woke up way too early, couldn't get back to sleep. So I've been kind of powering through most of today. So I got some stuff done and I'm just kind of like, you know what? Yeah, I'm ready to just chill out. So thanks for popping in, everybody. Appreciate it. Hope you guys had fun. As much fun as you can listening to me bitch about video games for 90 minutes. Tomorrow will be, I think, business as usual. Still debating on if I know I said I wanted to start up East 9. That may very well happen. We'll see. I think it's about time I do it, unless I find something that's slightly more pressing to play. But that one's been sitting there. But then again, my copy of Tokyo Xanadu X Plus has been sitting there for years, and I still haven't played it. And I got like literally other things too that I can play. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Since we only have, after today, we have literally 7 more days left in the month of Mayhem. So at least 7 more shows before I actually take at least a small break from doing a solid month of fucking streaming. But we'll see what happens tomorrow. Hopefully we'll see you then. But thank you again. And until then, stay safe, stay well, watch out for weirdos. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. We'll see you all again soon. Have a good afternoon.
Hey! Hi, Duke. Oh, listen, I just wanted to say goodbye and remind you that the good guys always win. Even in the 80s.